Hi, today we talk about the differences between a company and a partnership business. A company type of business and a partnership business. Let us remind once again. So far, we have been learning about sole tradership business, partnership business, Hindu undivided family business, cooperative societies, and then fifth type is company. So all these types of forms of businesses are having their own merits and demerits. So we have been comparing and understanding all the types of businesses and finding the differences between the each and every type of businesses. Today we discuss about the differences between a company and a partnership business. Directly coming to the differences between company and partnership business are, first we talk about company is established under the Companies Act. It was 1956 earlier, now it is revised as 2013. So one must keep in mind that earlier Companies Act 1956, but now it is revised the Companies Act 2013. So the company is established under under Indian Companies Act 2013, whereas the partnership business is established at the agreement between the partners. As soon as the partners are agreed, all came together and agreed to be partners orally or in written, the partnership business has coming to force. Second difference is mutual confidence on other shareholders is not necessary. When compared to business partnership business, in partnership business, confidence on each and every partner is necessary, and it is the most useful thing, compulsory thing for partnership. Whereas the company does not need any confidence because no one is going to influence the company. The main key aspect regarding what do you call this? They are not going to influence the liability of the company. Hence, they need not depend upon the others like confidence in this regarding partnership business. In partnership business, each partner must have full-fledged confidence on others and other partners. Each partner must have confidence on other partners. Otherwise, the partnership business does not continue successfully. Faithfulness and confidence is most important in partnership business. Third difference is company has separate legal entity. What is separate legal entity? A registered body, whatever it may be. Here we are talking about company. A registered body is, especially talking about company, is separate from its members. It has its own legal entity. The company itself, after registration, can behave like a artificial human being. He can appoint employees. It can sue court against others, and so on. It can buy, it can rent out, it can take for rent, and so on. It can act a separate legal entity. It is most advantageous feature for a company. Company can independently make agreements with other parties also, and hence the company is having more advantage than any business organization. So this is most advantages, whereas the partnership business has no separate legal entity. The partnership business has no separate legal entity. It means partners and their business is one and the same, which means the excess losses, if any, incurred by the partnership business should be borne by the partners from their own assets. No legal entity means if the business is not separate from the partners, whatever the losses especially come out of the excess losses come into the business should be paid from the own property of the partners. So it is most dangerous condition regarding the partnership business. Now coming to next difference is continuity, legacy. Regarding a company, it runs almost permanent. As far as my knowledge, no company is shut down till today after registration. Most of the companies, maybe one or two subject to correction, but it continues lifelong, longer time, generations together, because it has its own legal entity. Shareholders may come and go, but company runs continuously. Shareholders may buy shares and become shareholders. Then shareholders may sell their shares and become independent of the company, but the company continuously goes on. So when it is compared to partnership business, the business is running continuously. But when it comes to partnership business is a short lived, because a partner dies, a partner gets mad, like that. Many hindrances are there in partnership business which lead to closure of the partnership. So again they have to go for new partnership, then continue the business. So when compared to company, partnership business is short lived, whereas the company business is a continuous one. Next, fifth difference is number of members in a business. Now as we learnt about the company, private company and public company is it. Minimum number of shareholders in private company is 2, and maximum number of shareholders in a private company is 200. It was 50 earlier. After revision, the maximum number in a private company is raised to 200. Whereas in public company, minimum number of shareholders is 7, and there is no maximum limit on shareholders in a public limited company. So minimum is 2 in private company and minimum is 2 in a public company. Maximum is 200 in a private company and there is no limit in a public company. Whereas coming to partnership business, minimum number of partners is 2, but when coming to maximum number, when the business is of finance nature, it is 10. Maximum number of partners is 10. When it is other type of business, the maximum capacity is 20. Maximum partners should be 20. Next, sixth difference is large capital can be collected. So capital accumulation. Whenever there is a need of large capital, large scale business, the company type of form of business may be preferred. Because if you want to establish iron and steel company, large capital is needed, but in which like partnership, sole trader and so on cannot be possible. So there is a chance to collect large capital in company type of business. Coming to partnership business, when compared to company, so much large capital cannot be collected as the number of partners are very limited, and the very bad condition is unlimited liability. Hence, we can the capital procurement of capital is very limited regarding a partnership firm. Coming to next difference is liability is limited to share capital only. What does this mean? As we discussed earlier, every company in its name is written as limited. It means its liability is limited. Its liability means if a company gets losses, the shareholder do not be affected. Whatever the capital he paid, that much the loss should be limited to already paid capital only. So this is the most advantageous and good condition, good characteristic in the company type of business. This is the main reason to nowadays more companies are being established. When coming to partnership business, liability of a partners is individual, joint and unlimited. Very dangerous condition. All partners are individually responsible for their share of loss, and they are also joint responsible. If any other person cannot pay, whoever is having paying capacity, they should pay. It is a joint liability. And unlimited. Unlimited means whatever the loss is not raised by the selling of the business assets, the own assets also should be sold and paid back to the creditors. That is called unlimited. So it is very bad, worst condition in partnership. Hence, partnership is not advisable in most of the cases. Coming to eighth difference is shares are easily transferable. In any company, capital is divided into shares. Capital is subdivided into shares. Share is a small part of the capital. Investors all over the country or all over the world buy shares of a company and invest their money in the company. But whenever they want money, they sell shares easily. This is also very attractive feature regarding a company. Whereas to a partnership, share cannot be transferred without unanimous consent of the other partners. If you want to sell your share in a partnership business, all other partners should agree. All other partners should agree, unanimously consent. So this is very difficult to join in to sell the business in company or partnership type of business. You cannot sell your share unless other partners agree. So it is difficult to agree all other partners. So company type of business is best in this regard. Ninth difference is owners and management are not one and the same, they are different. Since owners are the shareholders of a company spread all over the world, they cannot manage the business, they cannot manage the company. So they appoint their representatives, they appoint the employees, management, which are perfectly trained and can easily manage their business. So owners and management are different when in company. In partnership business, most of the cases partners are only manage the business. In one or two cases, they also appoint outsider for to run the business. But most of the partnership business are run by one of the partners or few of the partners. So most of the cases, owners, partners, and management is one and the same. So you cannot separate them unless in very few cases. Next, coming to next say difference between partnership and company is not convenient for changes. Since company is being established as per the law, the changes cannot be made so easily. The changes cannot be made so easily. But coming to partnership business, the changes can easily made as per their convenient. As per their convenient. So, as per in partnership business, whatever the changes are needed, they can change easily according to their convenient or whenever the time permits. Next, 11th one is registration. Company should be compulsorily be registered. Compulsorily be registered. Company should be registered compulsory. Unless a company is registered, then only it can be called as a company. So registration of a company is a must and compulsory. But whereas partnership business, registration is not compulsory. If they want, they can register. It is only a optional choice is there whether or not to register the partnership business. But it is advised to register partnership business. So one should not forget registration is must in case of company and registration is optional in case of partnership business. When coming to next 12th difference is since the capital is arranged by the investors all over the world, the government intervention will be there in the company type of business organization in view of the interest of the shareholders. In view of the interest of the shareholders. So the shareholder should not get loss. So due to make comfortable so that more and more investments may come into the country, the investor confidence may rise, the government should intervene in the management of the business of the company. So government control is more and more when regarding the company business. Whereas coming to partnership business, since it is owned by partners and run by most of the partners, the government intervention is very less. So coming to next difference is company commencement of business is after registration and certificate of commencement. When the company is registered, immediately it cannot go for business. If it is a private company, it can go immediately after the registration. But if it is a public limited company, the commencement certificate also should get. So it is not so hurry that company should go for commencement of business. But when commencement of business can be easily, when come into the point of your partnership business, it can be done immediately after the agreement. Next, 14th difference is difficult to establish. So establishing a company is very difficult. It takes long time. A best experienced person, entrepreneur is needed to establish a company. It has to go through different stages. So it is not so easy to establish a company, but it is easy to establish a partnership business. So some partners coming together, discuss the pros and cons of the business, and saying okay to start the business is very easy to start the partnership business. Next, large scale business organization. Company is usually larger business when compared to partnership business. Company is usually a larger business because the company is large one. It is collecting large amount of capital, and naturally one capital is available when people goes to large scale business. Large scale business gets large scale economies, and so on. So usually companies undertake large scale business. Large scale organization is formed in company type of business. Coming to partnership business, the partnership business is smaller than company. In many times it is smaller, only few exceptional cases, but most of the cases this partnership business is very small when compared to company type of business. So coming to the differences between company and partnership business, we once again recapitulate the differences. Main difference is establishment under act, companies act, and partnership is established under partnership act. Second one is confidence should not be there, need not be there in the among the shareholders of a company, but confidence should be there among the partners of the partnership business. There is separate legal entity in company, whereas in partnership, partners and partnership business is one and the same. Now coming to next continuity point of view, the company once started is forever almost. It goes on continuously, whereas partnership business is short lived. Next difference is minimum and maximum number of shareholders. In private company, minimum number is 2, maximum number is 200. In public company, minimum number of shareholders is 7, and there is no maximum limit. Whereas in partnership business, minimum number is 2, but maximum number is for finance business is 10, other business is 20. Large capital can be accumulated in company, whereas the smaller capital is available only to partnership business. And coming to liability clause, company is enjoying limited liability, but partnership business is suffering from unlimited liability. Individual, joint, and unlimited liability is the main dangerous features of partnership. Transferability is more in point of view of company shares, whereas transferability is very less in partnership shares. The owners and management are different in company. Because of this condition, best manage can manage the company business. But in partnership, owners and management both are same in most cases. No skill can be derived from the management. Coming to next difference is not, not convenient for changes in company, whereas partnership business can undertake more easily changes. Next, registration is compulsory for company, and whereas partnership business is not necessary registered, registration is optional for a partnership business. Government control is more in company type of business, whereas less government control is there in partnership business. And commencement of business is after commencement certificate for public limited company and after registration for a private limited company. But coming to partnership business, immediately after the agreement, business can be commenced. Difficulty in establishment is more in company. Company establishment is very difficult task, but it is a long lived project. Establishing a partnership business is very easy. And lastly, company type of business is very large organization when compared to partnership business. But partnership business is very small when compared to company business. So with this, I conclude the differences between company business and partnership business, company type of organization and partnership type of organization. Thank you for listening.